In this recording, I want to talk about question number 2, because many students, some of them didn't do well this question. This is actually a type of standard question to calculate the cash flow from assets based on the financial statements. So that means we should all feel comfortable in solving this type of questions. So I hope that after this recording, you probably can feel better about doing that. So this is a setup of this question provides the income statement and the 2 years balance sheet for a firm, and it's asking for what is the cash flow from assets. So to probably can better show you, I want to copy this to my OneNote. I don't know whether I can do that. Okay, seems doesn't work so well, so I guess we have to work with OneNote and constantly change the screen. So cash flow from assets, we know that equals operating cash flow, and then minus the change on net working capital, and then minus net capital spending. So we start from operating cash flow, and we know that operating cash flow equals, we start from EBIT, and then we add back depreciation expense, and then we subtract taxes. Right, that's the formula. So now we just need to go back and find the number. So EBIT, it's right here. It's a 3396. 3396 plus depreciation, that's 1611. 1611, and then taxes, that's 740. 740. Hence operating cash flow equals, get a calculator, 3396 plus 1611 minus 740. That gives me 4267. 4267. So then we need to do the change on net working capital. So to do the change, we need to figure out the level of the 2 years. So it's gonna be year 2010 and 2011. So we first get 2011. So we know the definition of net working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. So then what is the current assets? Go back to now we need the balance sheet. The current assets, total current assets for 2011, that's a 4,771. Okay, so that's 4,771 minus current liabilities. That's 1532. 1532. Hence, you can use a calculator, but since this is very simple, so I just use my head. So 9, 3, 2, 3. That's basically, so 3,232. And net working capital for 2010, similarly, that's current assets. for 2010 minus current liabilities for 2010, and then find the number. 2010, the current assets is 6,127. 6,127 minus current liabilities, that's a 4,194. 4,194. Hence, this equals, again, I can just use my head, 3, 3, 9, 1. Hence, the change on net working capital, that equals 3239 minus 1933. Again, I can use my head, which is 6031. So $1,306. And finally, I need net capital spending. And we know that we have two ways to get there. First, we can get by doing the difference between the net fixed assets plus depreciation expense. So then the second way is based on the change on gross fixed assets. But let's look at the number here in the balance sheet. Only the net fixed assets are given, so we can just use the first method. So it's going to be the change. So the change is the level 17,107 at 2011 minus the level at 2010, 17,489. 17,489. And then plus depreciation expense. So depreciation expense, based on what we did for the operating cash flow, that's 16 and 11. So finally, we can put these numbers. That's gonna be into my calculator, 17,107, 17,489 plus 1611. So that's gonna be 1229. Yes. So now I have pretty much every number which I need in order to calculate cash flow from assets. So I can now just plug in the numbers. Cash flow from assets equals operating cash flow, which it turns out to be, go back there, that's gonna be 4,267, and then minus the change on net working capital, that's 1306, and then subtract 1229 net capital spending. So eventually I have 4267 minus 1306 minus 1229. So 1732. That's 1732. So now let's go back. We were given 5 choices, so that's gonna be 1. So let me check my work. You don't have that option in your exam, in your quiz, but I have it here just for the illustration purpose. So I guess this guy will be right. Yes, we do it right. So I hope that by using this example, I can help you to understand better how to estimate the cash flow from assets based on the financial statements.